Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how you can solve linear equations that involve simple algebraic fractions. In a previous video I explained how you can simplify this expression x over 3 plus x over 4. What we need to find is a common denominator between thirds and quarters. I can do that by multiplying them together. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So our new denominator will be twelfths. Now I say, what did I do to the 3 to turn it into 12? I multiplied it by 4. If I multiply the bottom by 4, I have to also multiply the top by 4. X times 4 is equal to 4x. Now over this other side, I said, what did I do to the 4 to turn it into 12? And I multiplied it by 3. So I also have to multiply the top by 3. X times 3 is equal to 3x. Now I have 4x over 12 plus 3x over 12. 4x over 12 plus 3x over 12 is 7x over 12. Now another way that you can think of that is like this. X over 3 plus x over 4. My new denominator is going to be 3 times 4, which is 12, and then I say that times that, 4 times x is 4x, plus that times that, 3 times x is 3x, and that will give me 4x plus 3x is 7x over 12. Let's try another one. What about if I've got x over 2 plus 3x over 5? Well, first thing I need is a new denominator. 2 times 5 is 10. So my new denominator is 10, and I just get that by multiplying the two denominators together. Now, to get my next number, I have to say 5 times x is 5x plus 2 times 3x is 6x. 5x plus 6x is 11x, and my denominator is 10. Let's try one more. Let's say I've got 3x over 5 minus 2x over 8. Well, what do I need first? I need a new denominator, and I get my new denominator by saying that one times that one. 5 times 8 is 40. Next thing I do, I say 8 times 3x. 3 8s are 24, so that's going to be 24x. Oops. Now I've got a minus here, so I'm just going to put it here. Minus, what do I've got next? 5 times 2x. That's going to make 10x. 24x minus 10x gives me 14x on the top and 40 on the bottom. Here's one for you to try. Your first step will be to find a common denominator. Press pause. Okay, so to get our common denominator, we are going to multiply these two together. 6 times 7 is 42. Now, if you don't know that, of course, you just go to your calculator. Next thing we're going to say is that times that. 5x times 7, 35x, minus that times that, 6 times x is 6x. 35x minus 6x gives us 29x over 42. How did you go with that? Okay, now what we've got is algebraic fractions in an equation. The first thing we need to do is simplify this expression here over on the left. Well, how am I going to do that? The first thing I need is a common denominator between 3 and 4. To do that, I say 3 times 4, and that gives me 12. Then I say that times that, 4 times x, plus that times that, 3x, equal to 14. I just put that there as it was before. Next thing, 4x plus 3x, that gives me 7x. Keep the denominator the same, like that. Okay, I've almost solved the problem now. How do I get rid of a divide by 12? Well, I multiply both sides by 12. Use my calculator for that. 14 times 12 is 168. Now those 12s cancel there, that's gone now. So now I have 7x equals 168. Divide by 7, cancel. X equals 168 divided by 7, which is 24. Okay, so when we're solving questions like this one here, the first step is for us to sort out these algebraic fractions. We need to simplify them, and then once we've done that, the problem becomes quite simple. Here's another one. 2x over 3 plus 3x over 5 equals 57. What's our first step going to be? That's right, our first step is to simplify this. We need a new denominator. How do we find a denominator? 3 times 5 is 15. Then we say this one times this one, 2x times 5, 10x, plus this times this, 3 times 3x is 9x. Just put the equals 57 there. 10x plus 9x gives me 19x divided by 15 is equal to 57. What am I going to do next? Well, how do I get rid of a divide by 15? That's right, I multiply both sides by 15. Then cancel. Then we have 19x equals 57 times 15, which equals 855. What do we do next? Divide by 19. Divided by 19, cancel, and x equals 45. Why don't you have a go at this one by yourself? Press pause on the video. Okay, as always, the first job is to find us a new denominator. We say 3 times 7, that's 21. Then we say that times that, 7 times x is 7x, minus that times that, 3 times 2 is 6x. It's going to equal 8. What do we do next? 7x minus 6x just leaves us with x, just 1x. Over 21 is equal to 8. What are we going to do next? X divided by 21 equals 8. We're going to multiply both sides by 21. They will cancel. X is going to equal 8 times 21, which is 168. How did you go with that one? Here's another one. Press pause and try it by yourself. Okay, step 1, common denominator. 4 times 2 is 8. Step 2, that times that, minus, in this case, that times that, is equal to 6. 10x minus 4x, 6x over 8 equals 6. What do I do next? Multiply both sides by 8 to get rid of that denominator. Cancel. 6x equals 6 times 8, which is 48. What do I do next? Divide by 6. Divide by 6. Cancel. 48 divided by 6 is equal to 8. Here are 2 for you to try yourself. Press pause. Okay, let's go through them. As always with the first one, our first step is to find a common denominator. What do we say? We say that times that. 6 times 7 is 42. What do we say next? That times that. 5x times 7. 5 7s are 35, so 35x. That times that minus 6 4s are 24, so 24x. Then is equal to 22. What do we do next? We say 35 minus 24, 35x minus 24x will give me 11x. Just keep the denominator there. What do I do next? Get rid of this denominator. 42 times 42, then they will cancel. What do we have? 11x is equal to 22 times 42, which is 924. What do we do next? divide by 11, cancel, and x is 84. Let's look at this next one. First thing we need is a common denominator. We say 3 times 2, and that will give us 6. Then we go that times that, 2x times 2, 4x, minus that times that, 3 times x is 3x, equals 5. 4x minus 3x is 1x, just x, over 6 equals 5. How do we get rid of that denominator of 6? We multiply by 6, then cancel. 5 times 6, x is equal to 30. Okay, here's the other type of algebraic fractions we need to be able to solve. And this is what happens when we've got a fraction equals a fraction. Now, when a fraction equals a fraction, what we do is we cross multiply. Watch how I do it. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put brackets around that at the top, brackets around that. Then I say that times that equals that times that. Watch what I write. That times that, so that's going to mean 4 lots of x plus 2 is equal to, what's next? This times this. 3 lots of x minus 1. See what I did? If I have got something over something is equal to something over something, then that times that is equal to that times that. That's called cross multiplying. Okay, now I just need to expand out these brackets. 4 times x is 4x plus 4 times 2 is 8 equals 3 times x is 3x minus 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, what am I going to do now? We saw this in another video. We've got this 3x over this side. We don't want it to be there. So what we're going to do is we are going to take 3x off both sides. Watch, take away 3x, take away 3x. Well, over here, the 3x, take away 3x, we'll wipe them both out, and all we've got left there is minus 3. Here we've got 4x, take away 3x, 4 of them, take away 3 of them, just leaves one of them, just x. Now I've got x plus 8 is equal to negative 3. We go x plus 8 minus 8 equals minus 3 minus 8. Use our calculator for that if we're not very good at those ones. X is equal to negative 11. Here's another example where I've got a fraction equals a fraction. When I've got a fraction equals a fraction, what I do is cross multiply. Look at how I do it. I put brackets around those ones. Then I say that times that equals that times that. And let's do that. 5 times 2x minus 5, keep those brackets, is equal to 3 times 3x plus 1. What do I do next? I expand out the brackets. 10x minus 25 equals 9x plus 3. What do I do next? I want to get rid of this 9x here. So I'm going to take 9x away from both sides. 10x minus 9x will give me just 1x, and I've still got this minus 25. And what have I got left here? Just the 3. X minus 25 plus 25 equals 3 plus 25. X is equal to 28. Here's another one. This one might not have a whole number answer, but see if you can try it yourself. What's the first step going to be? Brackets around these, and then cross multiply. That times that equals that times that. Press pause and give it a go. Okay, we have that times that, 4 lots of 3x minus 5 is equal to that times that, 2 lots of 2x minus 1. What are we going to do next? Expand. are we going to do next? It's these 4x here that I'm not happy with. So I want to take away 4x from both sides. Minus 4x. Remember what happens? Those ones, 4x minus 4x is 0, leaving me just with this negative 2 over that side. What do I have here? 12x minus 4x. 12 of them minus 4 of them gives me 8 of them. 8x minus 20 equals negative 2. What am I going to do next? 8x minus 20 plus 20 equals negative 2 plus 20. 8x is equal to negative 2 plus 20, that is 18, divided by 8. 18 divided by 8 is 2.25. Here's one for you to try yourself. Press pause. Okay, remember our first step? Brackets here, then we cross multiply that times that. 10 lots of 4x plus 3 is equal to 5 lots of 7x plus 4. Next we're going to expand. Okay, what do we do next? Well, we say, I'm not happy with this 35x here. So what I want to do is take 35x off each side. Okay, 35x, take away 35x, that's gone. All that's left on the right here is this positive 20. What do I have over here? I've got 40x minus 35x. 40 of them minus 30 of them leaves 5 of them. And I've still got this plus 30. What do I do next? 5x plus 30 minus 30 equals 20 minus 30. 5x is equal to 20 minus 30, that's negative 10. Divided by 5, divided by 5. Just put in your calculator if you need to. Negative 10 divided by 5 gives me negative 2. Here are two for you to try yourself. They've both got different, they're both different types. For this one here, the first thing you're going to need to do is simplify that expression. Start by simplifying that expression. For this one over here, the first thing you're going to need to do is put brackets around that and then cross multiply. Press pause and give them a go. Okay, so for this first one here, what do? We need to simplify the left. We need a new denominator. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. That's our new denominator. Then we say that times that. 3 times x is 3x plus that times that. 2 times 2x is 4x equals 28. What do we do next? 3x plus 4x is 7x over 6 is 28. What do we do next? Let's get rid of this 6 here. How do you get rid of a divide by 6? We multiply both sides by 6. Cancel. 7x is equal to 28 times 6, which is 168. What do we do next? Divide by 7. Which gives us 24. How do we do this next type? Here we're going to put brackets around first up. Then we're going to cross multiply. We say that times that. 3 lots of 5x plus 3 is equal to that times that. 5 lots of 2x minus 1. Notice that cross multiplying just makes the brackets go away. What do we do next? Expand. This 10x is causing us trouble. What do we want to do? We want to take it off both sides. Take away 10x. away 10x. Okay, here we've got 15x, take away 10x. That leaves us with 5x minus 9. 10x, take away 10x, they're gone, leaving us here with this negative 5. 5x plus 9, take 9, equals negative 5, take 9. 5x equals negative 14, divide by 5, cancel. Negative 2.8. Okay, hopefully you're having some success with these. If not, go back in the video, watch it again, and have a go at every single one of them.